Hey, what's going on, guys? Realm Gaming here, back with another video. It has been a while since I've made one. We've uploaded a few Mythic Plus dungeons, some with no commentary, uh, and for good reason. We have been working on a website. So I made a post. I want to say it was like last November or December, something like that. I said we're making a website. I made a video on it, and I didn't stick with that specific website because it couldn't do everything that I needed it to do. So I ended up going with WordPress to make this specific website, and this is kind of the landing page. It'll probably change over time. This whole thing is, it's been live for like literally less than 24 hours. I just wanted to make a quick video on it to kind of show you guys where we were with it. And you can see we're going to cover, to start out, 2 games. I think it's going to be hard for me to be able to cover even these 2 games. There's so many different classes and specs and builds between the two. But I'm going to try to cover both Diablo 4 and WoW on this website. And then I'm going to try to grow it to other games over time. Don't know if I'll be able to or not. But yeah, you can see up here in the top, we have our home button. We have our Diablo 4 link. So you press that. And you can see I've made a couple guides already. I have a Necromancer and a Rogue guide. And actually, these are their own sections. I'm not sure exactly how I want to do this yet. But you go in here, you press Necromancer, and then you can have the S tier, A tier, B tier builds for that specific season. So that's what we have right now. Again, we only have a couple of builds in here. Here's the Rogue builds. Again, we're just kind of getting started here. A lot of these links don't work yet because we don't have any sort of guides for them yet. And then we also have a WoW section, which is probably why most of you are here. I have a little typo here. I have it Season 7 builds. That's coming from Diablo 4 there in Season 7. I need to change that. But I did get a Frost Mage guide out there. So if you click into that, you can kind of scroll through here and you can see I have a complete guide for Frost Mage Mythic Plus. So that's another thing, is we're only going to be covering Mythic Plus for now on this website. We might at some point do some like raid guides, something like that, but I typically play Mythic Plus only. Not going to do PvP, anything like that. Just going to stick with that Mythic Plus only for now. Now, we're also going to do other guides on top of Mythic Plus. So you can see it says World of Warcraft guides. So this is just going to be like the builds over here. We're going to have a section for like new player guides. Let me think of a good example, like the Mythic Plus loot table, right? I think Wowhead has one where, you know, if you do a +2, you get this many crests, you get this eye level at the end of the dungeon, and you get this eye level from the vault. Probably going to do some guides, some similar pages to that, just try to round out everything. At some point, we might also include like a blog to this, just where we kind of give opinions on the state of the game, how things are feeling, something like that. You know, that's a cool thing about a website, is I can kind of spin this and kind of turn this into whatever I want. So yeah, I just really wanted to compile all this information into a site. So I made a whole bunch of videos over the course of, you know, the past year on YouTube, a whole bunch of different guides. And I wish I could have compiled that into some sort of a list, right? Like, let's just go into Bloodwave here, Necromancer. I want to keep a list of different builds that I do, either on Diablo, WoW, whatever. And things will change from season to season, but not that much. So come in here, make the changes to the build. That way I don't have to start the entire guide over from scratch again. I can just come in here, change whatever, you know, whatever's new, whatever updated, add that new information, remove the old, and then I can make a new video on it. And, you know, I can also reach a wider audience doing this as well. So if I do have something like this, I can reach people who are searching things on Google. Sure, my videos do show up on Google search right now, which is great, but this is just going to be another avenue. And a lot of people would rather have a guide like this than a video format. So I guess one final thing that we're going to do with this that I haven't done yet is I'm going to come through here, just as Bloodwave Necromancer. I'm going to come in here and make a video on it. And then at the top, I'm going to link my YouTube video to it, because these guides are going to be meant to watch the video with, you know, the text guide here as well. So you can kind of use both at once. And, you know, just overall, I think by following a process like this, I'll be able to put out more content, more videos, more guides, and be able to, you know, help you guys play whatever spec or class or build that you're trying to do the best that I can. So yeah, that's it for this video, guys. Going forward from here, I'm going to try to do a guide per day. That's probably more than I can do. What it'll probably end up being is like a guide every other day. And I'm going to try to, you know, make a build, all the good Diablo builds. I'm going to try to make all the S and A tier Diablo builds. I'm going to try to do all the WoW specs for Mythic Plus. Probably not every single spec. Probably the ones that are most played. Probably not going to be doing like, I don't know, at some point we will probably get to like the specs like Survival Hunter, for example. You know, just the specs that aren't played quite as much and that don't have quite as big of a representation as, you know, something like a Frost Mage or a Ret Paladin. One thing that would be really helpful to me is if you guys could, the website's live. If you go to it, realmgg.com, kind of go through it. Let me know what you guys think, what I should add, what I should change. You know, these guides that I have, the reason I have them like I do now is they're going to kind of work as a template. So this is the template that I'm going to use for all of my Mythic Plus guides going forward. This is a template that I'm going to use for all my Diablo 4 guides going forward. So let me know what you would like to see. Maybe it's not structured in a great way. Let me know, you know, just your opinions on the site in general, and I will try to get those implemented and, you know, start making a whole bunch of guides from there. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. We'll see you on the next one.